Hey folks, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more After Ink Revival with our Mega Brutal Guide series and the third campaign. Resolute Bastion, a pretty unique and fun scenario. A little tricky on Mega Brutal difficulty, I will say, but I think we'll get through it. Amidst the dangers of the surface, survivors begin plans for a grand new settlement. With zombies on the horizon, it'll be easier said than done. This scenario has only one objective, just the one. And there is going to be a lot of combat. If the general had been an option, I think that would be a no-brainer early on. The economist or personal trainer would have been good as well. Since we haven't played with the tyrant in a long time, I think we might try this guy out. He's a little bit tricky. You can use your fighters to suppress the settlement whenever morale is low. But if you lose any authority, you lose a lot of it. So you have very little margin for error with this character. For a trait, 5 stamina, 3 stamina, or 2. That makes the decision easy. Let's go ahead and start with the extra technology. And then let me go ahead and pull up the map. So our immediate problem is there is an infested border only 2 tiles away to our east. That means we're going to be getting attacked from that direction for the entire game. Also, across the river, we have more infested nests that we can clear out, and then another infested border on the far west. So there's always going to be zombies running around. We do have a decent number of resources on our side of the river, but it's going to become a hindrance to us very, very quickly. You may have noticed that the bridges to our northwest and our immediate southwest are out, which means getting to the forests in the northern half of the map is not an option. If we want to have more wood production, we're going to have to fight for it, either punching through the zombies or hugging the southern border. One or the other. It's kind of gonna be rough. Now, as far as our one objective, we have to reach population 14 while maintaining 80% morale. So it's almost like 2 objectives, but I don't know, the game doesn't really count it that way. And in order to get that much morale with that much population, that means we're gonna have to get technology 6 or maybe 7 if you are struggling. So there's a lot to do, but it's very free form in how we are going to do it. Let's go ahead and settle and immediately discover the forest to our south because I want to go ahead and get some wood production going. Let's go ahead and do our scavenge. We're gonna have to go for an early, larger well, and it's just gonna cost me some valuable stamina, but I don't really have a choice in the matter. And of course, let's get ourselves 2 shacks, start building up that population. We can get up to about 4 population before we're going to have many morale issues with technology already done. Let's claim this forest, which since we have a build reduction, means we can go ahead and place the lumberyard immediately. And I do need to get myself a firewood splitter going pretty quickly because, well, you may have noticed that winter is already about to hit us. We did not have a lot of time. I also, unfortunately, do have to go for a fighter very early on because there's a strong chance we're going to be getting attacked very, very quickly on Mega Brutal. In fact, usually by about now, yep, there it is. I was gonna say, usually by about now, we can see some zombies have spawned and are on their way. So, we're gonna get a surprise attack. That's normal, but as long as the fighter is trained up, I think we're gonna be fine there. Let's make sure we do not run out of fuel. It is extra, extra dangerous to us right now, since we are gonna be playing as the tyrant. If we have no morale, we're going to be in so much trouble. Let's go ahead and get that population going. We can get ourselves a turlet. Everyone likes a good turlet. Let's get another firewood splitter, and that should at least take care of some of our immediate consumption, so we'll be okay. Now, I do need to explore some more regions. We lost 3 wood already. That's awful. All right, I'm going to explore to the northeast here. There is some cows here, which we can claim and then turn that into a bit of extra food. Though, if I'm honest, I'm not really hurting for food right now, so we're okay. I do think we have to do another scavenge, otherwise we're not going to survive the winter, and I do not want to already be suppressing. So let's go ahead and do that. Make sure that we don't have any issues, please and thank you. I do also want to scout some of the other nearby areas, just to prevent some surprise attacks. And if we can do this and just control this territory and prevent anything from crossing this bridge, we've already got everything kind of encircled for us, which is great. All right, so we've got ourselves that extra population. We have to get the makeshift kitchen a-going. Should be fine in terms of fuel and stuff right now, so let's just go ahead and claim this region. We can start generating some food. Zombie movement has been spotted. They're going to attack us. The good news is, as long as we don't expand into this territory, which is tempting, but as long as we don't, our settlement will be able to protect some of the nearby areas. So one zombie coming from the east is not really a threat. Not yet. I don't think... there is, I think there's like 2 fruit on this map, not much. It's not going to be relevant for a while, I think. I'm just going to go ahead and take the morale. A little extra morale ain't going to hurt nothing, and it helps protect me in the inevitable situation where I'm going to start losing all of my authority, because, you know, I'm playing as the tyrant. We do have carrots up over here, which could be a good pickup for us. I do want to get myself another lumber yard. We're going to have to build very tall on this one forest, which is going to be Very, very painful, I'm sad to say. Very, very painful. We can get ourselves the cows going now, so let's just go ahead and do that. The cows are going to be extra important for us later on once we do get the very high populations. Why? Well, because at some point, once you get to tech 6 or 7, you can start getting, like, clothing and materials. So you can use that to get your morale situated for at least a bit. Let's claim this region as well. We can get ourselves even more food generation with the vegetable farm. And I think we can go ahead and get one more shack going, and I should be able to deal with anything that comes my way. Zombies coming down over here, that's fine, not a big deal. Unfortunately, it does block my fuel production. Scavenging for fuel is also going to be a major concern for me. Mainly because, again, like, the cost just keeps going up. Like, it's harder and harder to find anything to scavenge if you haven't explored much of the map. So, like, there is a strong temptation to use some stamina to get down over here and start finding more things so we can have cheaper scavenges later on. It is, yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough, I'm sad to say. All right, what else we want to do? Let's go ahead and pick up the vegetable farm. Since it is still early in the year, we'll be able to just generate a lot of extra food. Can we get another... We can't get any more lumber yards. We can go ahead and get probably some storage, believe it or not. That would be helpful just for food, so I don't have to worry about it. And I'll get myself a little bit of storage for some water as well. Just buy myself a smidge bit of buffer right now while I try to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with myself. Because I think the next thing we could do is consider going for the next level of tech. And that's going to allow me to start building up even taller in my forest, which I do like the idea of that. One problem is, since I'm out of food, everyone's upset. I'm going to go ahead and preemptively move the fighter here in case our morale does drop. I'm hoping to just pick up, like, one food. One food is all I need in order to stop this. There we go. All right, problem solved, not an issue. Okay, so with that taken care of, then we can go for another lumber yard. We're going to do it. I know it's weird. I know it's really weird to be doing this, but if we run out of lumber, we can't make firewood, we can't build anything, and I ain't getting more, dang it. I ain't getting more. Let's get that charcoal pit going. Once again, we are getting capped out on some things like food and such. We can get ourselves a little bit more morale if I go for, let's say, the small town square, which I'll do. I know it's a little bit more of an expensive choice, probably not the best choice, but it's what I'm going to go for. Morale increases due to a wedding. You know, everyone likes a wedding. Drinks all around, says Captain Jack Sparrow. That's probably a dated reference. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a 90s kid and I grew up in the formative years of things like Pirates of the Caribbean, but this is all getting a little bit off topic. Lose 5 water? Ouch! All right, well, whatever. Anyway, we do have at least Tech 3, which does mean that my fighters are going to be a little bit stronger, which I do like. Spend 2 stamina to figure out why everyone has compulsive washing. I don't know about that. I'm not really worried about my water consumption. Chance of disease being reduced is nice, I suppose. We'll just go ahead and do that for the moment. Here come some zombies, but we'll go ahead and clear them out quickly. Good thing we did get a level up here because we're nice and strong, so we can clear them fast, and then we can move on to the next thing. I'll move up over here and see if we can just make this free some point, but, like, I don't really care that much. I'm not going to be claiming this anytime soon. Not until I have at least one more fighter, because I don't want to have to deal with fighting zombies without the defense of my settlement. Could go for Tech 4. I feel like that would be a little excessive. Let's go for the basic bathhouse instead. I'm going to go for a cattle farm so we have more wintertime food production. And then we probably should just go ahead and start getting myself some medium storage for the fire pit, since it looks like we're going to have issues there. Now, it's funny, by the way, I had somebody pop into my Discord pretty recently saying, please, build some storage for your lumber yards. It's a bottleneck all the time. I'm not going to say that that's not entirely true. There are definitely cases where I will get bottlenecked on things like wood. I just feel like it's not very frequent, because if I have the stamina, I'm almost always building something and using up my wood. It's only in the late game that I usually find myself with a huge excess. But you know what? Just for this one person, you know who you are, I'm going to go ahead and build it. All right? I'm just going to build some storage for my wood to make sure it's not a problem. Settlement strength for defense. Not bad, but you know what's really good? Exploring areas for free. So let's just... Oh, it only got the one. Aw, man, I thought that maybe because I thought that maybe it would still get the stuff across the river. Boo! All right, you know what? That's actually fair. I think that it only explores stuff that is all, like, within 2 tiles of the settlement, and this technically is 2 tiles, therefore anything beyond this would not count. All right, fair enough. Whoops-a-daisy. That was dumb. Shouldn't have done that. Oh well, tis what tis. We can go for a little bit more food, but I think, honestly, I'm kind of in a good spot there, so I'm not worried. I am going to do a scavenge of some more fuel, which I know may seem a little excessive, but it's okay. I think we're going to go ahead and pick up our second fighter at this point, because then I really am not worried about anything coming and attacking me until I'm ready to start expanding. But the faster we are in a position where I can go and start dealing with some of these infestations in the middle, the faster I'm going to be able to, one, address any threats that are going to be periodically attacking me, and the faster I can start finding a way to expand to another forest. And that is really, really important. Dang it. All right, well, there was a 50-something% chance I was going to lose that. It's okay, because I wasn't getting anything from it during the winter anyway, so it's just going to cost me a little bit of stamina to reclaim. I might be able to make it free. I don't even know. I generally prefer to cremate here, but considering I'm going to have so much wood issues, I don't know that I can afford to do that. I think we're going to have to bury bodies at the cost of stamina whenever we lose a zone like this and keep the firewood because it's just that precious to me right now. And right now, by the way, we are about to run out, so I'm definitely feeling the pinch on this one. Definitely feeling the pinch. If we can get to Tech 4, that would be nice, but I don't have enough food for that. Let's go ahead and get the cattle farm going. We'll just build it out now since a lot of food is gone. Fighter fuel gone. Yes, cool. Burn the wood. That creates a fire situation, but I don't care. We've got enough fuel to go around. Zombies coming to attack. Don't care. If I sit here for a little bit, there we go. I was going to say it becomes free, so we'll just reclaim that. So that's taken care of. We found a metal tin. Oh, cool. Materials. Those advanced resources that I definitely cannot use, at least yet. That's fine. Let's go for another vegetable farm. I want to make sure we have plenty of food going so that I can easily go for the next level of tech. And we're just going to sit here for a little bit. It's kind of a long scenario. I'm going to struggle to make commentary at some point. I do promise you that. But I'll do my best. I'm going to do a scavenge since I am impatient, and the only thing I'm waiting for right now is more tech, and that means I need to have more food on my hand. We are burning ourselves a lot. Somebody needs to practice a bit more fire safety, for God's sake. What is going on with you people? What is going on with you? All right, let's go for that Tech 4 so we can build even taller and build up even more firewood and whatever else. I'm going to get myself another storage here preemptively. I've got nothing better to do with my time, and we're sitting around with all this extra lumber that I'm not using right now, but we will later, trust me. All right, so there's some more tech. Good. Remember, we need to get to Tech 6 or 7, so we've still got a ways to go, but I can afford to get myself a couple more huts. Now, actually, maybe... I'll build up to population 5. The thing is, because I am so bottlenecked when it comes to lumber, it's tempting to get a lot of population as quickly as you can, because then we have more stamina. But unless I can get a second forest, even with more technology, I'm not sure we can keep up beyond population 5. That's kind of what I'm guessing anyway. So I don't think I want to do that. We can get ourselves a makeshift carpenter. Yes, that uses up some lumber, which is precious, I'm aware. But once we get our 5th population, if we can stay above 100% morale, we're just going to keep getting free stamina and more patience, which just buys me time to do whatever the heck I want. So I like all of that. Let's go ahead and start doing some exploration, find out what's around. I know where we want to go. I mean, the question really is, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight or not? If you're willing to fight, then you're just going to charge straight up over here and deal with this. We're going to have to do it eventually. But if you want to get quick and easy... some quick and easy forests that are largely defendable, you just hug the southern border. So I could do that. It depends a little bit on what's going to be cheaper from a stamina perspective. Once again, setting ourselves on fire, what are you people doing? Legitimately, I'd like to know what you people are doing. Let's go ahead and move over here, try to clear out the zombie that is currently... Well, okay, we're going to fight over here, I guess. I was going to say, let's deal with the zombie that is preventing me from taking this swamp, because I would like to get some medicine. Holy crap, back up. That is a lot of zombies that all of a sudden just popped up over here. Yeah, we just got a huge group after us, didn't we? Yes, we did. All right, do we have enough strength to deal with this? Yes, but I'm going to have to spend some stamina to do a reinforcement, probably. Let's see if we can start killing off some of these before it's too late. Fighter close to death, I'm aware, but they're dying, which means we're okay. I forgot how many zombies are just sitting here passively doing absolutely nothing. Ouch! All right. Well, we can claim this region now, and I will, and then I'll claim this region, so that's good. More zombies coming after us. I do want to deal with this, but I think we're just going to have to live with it for a moment. It is highly tempting, I think, to place down a outpost, like right here, if you have stone, which we don't yet, but when we do, would be kind of nice. Because then you have a very good defensive point, and you can eventually make it to upgrade all your logistics, including, I believe, this forest across the river. So that ends up being quite nice for you. We're doing okay on a lot of this. We're about to have... Well, we can get ourselves another charcoal pit. Just debating what I want to do next. I was thinking we could go for the medicine, but I think maybe going for another charcoal pit first is a little bit more sensible. Yeah, getting attacked here. Every time we fight zombies here, I think there's a good chance that some more are going to spawn over here, so it just gets worse and worse and worse. Throw away 8 food. It does hurt, but I mean, okay, whatever. Get that herb garden going. We like having a little bit of herbs. Everyone likes a little bit of herbs. Could get some more food down here pretty easily with this orchard. That's a fairly safe thing for us to get. See some zombies that are on the way. I think they're going to come to me, to be honest. They do seem to have a bias to coming to wherever your fighter is. So this is actually still a very defensible setup right here. You can just kind of use this as your front line, and you should be fine. Do I want to use some water to get food? Sure. I don't see any downside to that. That seems completely fine to me. The exploration's a little on the expensive side, but I'll go ahead and do that. Let's explore down here because I know this is where the next forest is. There's usually a patch of zombies sitting here, but that's not going to be hard for us to draw away when the time comes. Not going to be very hard. Have to use up a little bit of wood. We are getting capped out on wood. This is one of those rare occasions where it turns out, yeah, actually that other player was right. We are, in fact, sitting on a bunch of wood, and we would be bottlenecking ourselves pretty horribly, wouldn't we? We actually would. All right, zombies, please come down to the south. That's what I told people you're going to do, and sure enough, that's exactly what they're going to do. Thank you for proving me right. Let's go ahead and pick up... I want to get the small healing huts in a minute, because I do want to heal my fighters. Whoop, that's not what I wanted. We do want to heal my fighters a little bit faster, so I can start being a bit more aggressive and moving to do other things. I'm going to move down over here so we can try to just make it a little bit cheaper to claim this land. They don't heal when they're outside of your territory, so it's actually fine. We can just do that. Alternatively, well, we do need to explore up over here so we can figure out how we're going to clear some of this out. I actually thought it was 3 nests, but it's only 2. I'm not sure how I messed that up. Only 2, huh? With a 3rd fighter, we absolutely could do something about that, but I need to have 2 more pops in order to do that. Do we feel comfortable with that? I think yes. Let's go ahead and build out 2 huts. It's time to start working toward the 3rd fighter so we can start being aggressive and go and attack. All right. What do we got here? Rabbit warrens, morale increased. I mean, I would like to get a little bit more morale because we were sitting above, 100% for a while. And that was nice. It was paying me a lot of extra dividends, so we'll just go ahead and do that. We made this a little bit cheaper. Cool, sure, thanks. Let's get ourselves some more medium storage for food. Yeah, it's fuel, man. Fuel is going to be the killer here. Fuel is 100% going to be the killer. Let's go ahead and pick that up now. If we go for the next level of tech, I could start working towards stone. I could. And with stone... we could start thinking about getting outposts. We could start getting, like, extra workshops, stuff like that. It would be nice. It would be very nice. 9 stamina to do that. I've got plenty of food and plenty of lumber. I think this is fine. Let's just go ahead and do it now. I'm going to move back up in this direction since the zombies are about to attack me from the east. Always be watching for that. If you are not paying attention and you get attacked, there's a good chance you just lose a zone, and that would suck for everyone. Let's go ahead and get myself some extra water. I was about to get the fighter and say, let's just do that, but no, let's not do that. Let's instead go ahead and wait for a second. There's the stone. Okay, got that. Let's get that fighter. So we can pick up this mountain. 5 stamina is kind of a lot, but it's okay, I think. Alternatively, we just skip all of that and just keep hugging the south like I said I was going to anyway. And then we can get our stone that way while also making our way toward the forest. Once we have another forest and I'm producing a lot more firewood, economically I cease being worried and this starts becoming just a militaristic scenario. Although realistically, I'm not even worried about that then, because all I have to do is get myself up to technology 6 or 7, and then boom, we basically just go for as many huts as we want and win. That's it. It's that easy. I'm going to go ahead and get that outpost. No, I'm not. I'm going to first claim this mountain, which is going to get some zombies after me, but that's fine. I wanted to taunt them out of here anyway. I see you guys. Don't do nothing. Come on, come over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get down over here. You're supposed to die. Oh, whatever. Get the fighter. There we go. We got some zombies coming in from this direction. Now we're fine. All right. I want to get myself that stone going. With a quarry, how much is going to cost? 5 stamina to pick up this extra... Holy crud, we got a lot coming in over here. I was going to say, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, get this extra forest over here. Grasslands, fighters do not take damage in combat. Chance they don't. Berserkers, when they get lower in strength. I mean, yeah, I'm likely to take damage, so if I'm going to take damage, I might as well just make my guys stronger so that they're more likely to keep winning. I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. Let's get ourselves 2 more charcoal pits, since we now have this forest going for us. Now, we can still get attacked from a nest over here. So, keep your fighters kind of roughly in this general area. Be ready to move, because there's a good chance that you're going to have to fight a lot more. All right? You're You're going to have to. Let's get ourselves the outpost built. It's going to take 4 more stone. We could do a scavenge if I have a bit more stamina to work with, but I think that could be good. Fighter strength, yeah, honestly, since this is a largely combat-based scenario now, just to make sure that we can deal with the zombie threat as we go, I'd like to clear this out, and then we can just build up. Build up like crazy. What do we need as far as services? A lot of things, unfortunately. We do need a lot. Sure, we'll just pick all of this up. I want to make sure that morale stays nice and high. Notice that the zombie infestation is getting stronger and stronger from the east. They are now sending much larger groups. So that's going to be a small problem for us. I'm going to scavenge some stone. I know that's expensive, but I think getting the outpost actually could end up being very, very good for us. We'll send some help. I don't want to lose that cattle farm, if at all possible. And we'll place down that outpost right over here. So, do we think that it would make sense to try to clear out some of these zombies now, or is that dumb? Place the outpost. I want to edit you and turn you into a logistics post once I get a little bit more stamina, which is coming up right now. Need 3 stone, I'm aware, that's fine. To survive the winter, we've got enough. I actually have enough production and storage with my population right now that we're able to survive with the amount of firewood production we have. That's a very good position to be in, but if I'm going to get up to double the population I have right now, we're obviously going to need a lot more. A lot more. All right, so this is going to get taken care of. Boom, outpost upgraded. I think everything gets a little bit better. We'll explore up over here, and then I want to go ahead and clear these out. Now, unfortunately, the big issue is there are some more zombies hiding in this back line. So once we run in here, it's going to spawn some, draw them all in, and we're going to have a very large group to deal with. But that's fine, because that's one more reason of having this outpost. It gets a little bit easier to deal with. What else can we work on? Anything else important? Yes, we want to get ourselves the basic workshop, because that's going to boost up all my normal resource production. Weird, these guys are not coming after me. All right, I'm going to give it a second. I'm going to taunt them over here so I don't have to deal with them, because once I engage in combat and cleanse this, I think we'll have to fight them. Here come a bunch more. Honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and taunt these guys out now. I think we got a little bit of time to deal with it. We don't need a lot of reinforcements in order to win this fight right now. And then once these guys have attacked me and I clean them out, that's a good time to just go ahead and start doing the major cleanse. All right. Feels like I'm doing some sort of a juice cleanse, doesn't it? Seems a little bit crazy. I keep saying cleanse all the time. Cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Let's go for medium storage. Let's go for... Get some more storage. A lot more storage, in fact, going for my firewood because, well, we're going to need to have a ton of it once I start ramping up my population. Basically, there's no reason not to just go ahead and, once you have tech 6 or 7, just build your population out like crazy. There's no real downside because, like, you don't have to actually sustain 14. As long as your morale is high, you can just click the button and you win. That's it. So just have really high morale, have tech 7 ahead of time, and then just start ramping up the huts. I'm going to go for technology 6 as soon as that is an option for us. Let's move you here so that we can cleanse this and get reinforcements in both locations. Actually, hold up. What are we doing on water? For some reason, water is a little bit low. I'm not sure why that happened all of a sudden. Probably because of one of the buildings I built. Throw away 13 food. What a waste. What a massive waste. Whatever. Cleanse this. Get that out of here. Doop, doop, doo. Here comes some more from the north. Why are they coming in from the north, by the way? I don't think there's a spawner up over here. I don't know. It seems like on Mega Brutal, sometimes even like the small groups up over here can just like randomly create some. I'm not positive if that's true. That just sort of feels like what's happening. Anyway, we'll go ahead and pull back over here. So that deals with at least one major threat. So that's good. We just got to deal with this little guy over here, and then we actually are completely fine. But I only care about, at this, 12 more food. I only care about, at this point, going for technology. And I'm just going to go ahead and start preemptively building out 2 more huts. I think it's time. We don't have a lot more time before the impatience is going to kick in. I mean, it's a pretty long timer. I don't remember if it's like 1,200 days, 1,500 days. It's somewhere in that vicinity. All right? I want to cleanse this out real quick, then we're going to go ahead and pull you back because I see some more zombies are on the way. This should be enough to do an easy cleanse with the 2 that I've got. And then at that point, all we do is sit back at our outpost and up over here, and we win. Okay, so we're set. We are set, officially. Let's go over the technology. It does take stone to do this, by the way. You no longer need to have food. By the way, holy crap. Let's get some scavenging. I slightly miscalculated how much food we actually had. Morale is about to plummet. Please give me a little food. There we go. There we go. Okay. Just need to stay above 0 for a second longer before the authority starts falling quickly because I'm the tyrant. Okay, got it. Material resource has been unlocked. That will happen pretty much passively if we want to. We can just get some cowhide sheds since I already have a bunch of cattle. That's not a big deal. We could claim this region, by the way. and just go ahead and build out a couple more cattle farms. And that also will solve some food issues. And since we're going to be sticking our fighters here for pretty much forever, I don't care what these guys spawn. It's not actually a threat to me anymore. So we can just do that, and I feel pretty confident. Okay, looking solid, looking solid. So we have Tech 6. We need to make sure we get some more services. So let's just go ahead and spend a bunch of stamina doing that now. How are we doing on lumber, by the way? Just because since that guy brought it up, I'm just curious. Okay, so we've still got a pretty decent amount. I'm not bottlenecked at the moment, so maybe getting 1 storage for lumber actually is smart. I don't know. I'm not saying the guy's wrong. I'm saying that this is kind of like why I haven't done it up to this point, and now I'm kind of curious. I want to give it a go and just sort of see what happens. All right. A little bit more food production would be nice, since again we are ramping up our population aggressively. We're going to need to have that. It's only going to get harder and harder from here. And then, of course, I do need to get some more firewood production, more zombies spawning from the west, but we know exactly where they're going to go, so I'm not scared of them. Let's go ahead and build out some more medium storage. Actually, we have so much firewood production. Maybe we're actually fine even if we do go straight for 14 pops. Maybe we are. Maybe we are. So to get to Tech 7, we need more food. Just lots and lots and lots of food. Okay. You need to tell me twice. Just go ahead and get the vegetables and another fruit orchard. And that'll take care of everything, I think. We'll have so much food produced that we're going to be fine. So now we need to get 13 stamina. 13 stamina. Let's get 2 more houses built up. That's going to bring me up to 11 pops. And then once we have 13 stamina and I go for Tech 7, we're just going to do nothing but build pretty much as much service buildings as I can and then just wait for the huts to be done and we win. That's all I'm going for. Improvise. Sure. Spend 5 stamina. Chance of a breakthrough. It was morale. Was hoping for just like raw resources, but honestly morale serves my purposes pretty well for winning the game, so I'm okay with that. There we go with the next round of population. Let's get a kitchen, let's get another healing hut, let's get another tavern. Yeah. It's gonna get harder and harder to deal with all of this. We may actually have to go for the cowhide, which I wasn't really expecting to have to worry about, but it would make it pretty easy. Materials are a very, very, very good morale generator, so why the heck not, I suppose. But seriously, 13. 13 stamina. Waiting for a second. We might actually get 4 right now. No, we got 2. With 10 population, you kind of would think we're going to get more. I'm going to hold off on clicking this just for a moment. Come on! 1 stamina? I get like 9.7 over time. I feel like I should be getting this a little faster than that, but all right. All right, whatever. It's fine. We had enough resources to make that all work, so we're set there. I do need to get another well. We need to get another town square. The tailor shack would be the next big one. That's going to give me so much morale. We need to move my fighter over here because I think we're about to plummet in our morale. And it's not because we're out of resources. It's because the moment we got to the next pop, people are like, we have to have a tailor. We have terrible clothing, don't you know? Yeah, all of a sudden we become a bunch of fashionistas. That's what we become, a bunch of fashionistas. Shrines. You know, lots of fun things we could build here. I don't think we've gotten to Tech 7 anytime recently, have we? There's like one other scenario, I think, in the entire game where you have to get to Tech 7. It's been a long time. Yeah, there are actually service buildings like brewery, hospitals, shrines, and stuff that we can get that people forget about because, like, who does that? Who gets to Tech 7? The answer is not very many people. Let's queue up 3 more houses. This is going to cost me stone, which means I need more stone, and quickly. I'm going to do a scavenge because that's faster than building a stupid quarry. The quarries take forever, and the return on investment is just a lot faster this way, to be honest. It just is. All right, 2 more. That takes care of a couple more houses. Never mind. We have to finish the shrine. There we go. Build that morale. Build that morale. Yeah. Oh, look, a whole bunch more zombies on the way. I don't care. I has an outpost. We'll be fine. Get these things. They only cost me wood. I've got wood for days. Wood ain't the issue. Sure, I'll spend some food to have an extra ration team. How often do I click on that? Not very often, but I like the idea of building things a lot faster. We might be in danger over here. Hold on. Let's go ahead and move all of our fighters in this direction because I got a feeling that they're coming after me over here somewhere. And I want to have all my guys ready to go because I don't feel like losing this now. That would suck. We need to get more medicine. That's going to actually hurt my morale pretty badly in a second. Oh my god! Why are we losing so much morale so suddenly? Oh my god! We're going to lose some pops if we don't hurry up here. Wow, that changed fast, didn't it? Jeezums! I'm like, we're literally at the finish line. I'm like, oh yeah, we win. There's a chance we are not about to win, yo. All right. Let's get our food production up, shall we? Yeah. Let's get some food production up. I lost a little bit of authority. There we go. Now we're not losing. Suppress them. Nobody's allowed to leave. Nobody is allowed to leave. You're all staying right where you are. Staying right where you are. Holy crud, that got so stinking close. All right, well, the last houses we need are already here. So, I mean, like, I can't, this is actually the maximum housing. You can't go above 14 population. I didn't know that. We didn't lose a pop, so I'm still just waiting, but I need my morale to be above 0 for people to actually generate. But that's fine. We're okay. We're getting there. Let's get another cowhide shed. Another carpenter will be fine, sure. And a town square, yeah, sure, why not? We're out of wood. Oh, no! Yeah. Okay. I'm a little flustered after that one. That actually gave me a slight heart attack. I'm like, I'm gonna have to re-record this whole dang thing. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to re-record this whole dang thing. No, we're fine. We are fine. It's okay. All is well. Just waiting that last little bit. One more pop. Good. Population continues to get angry. Get the basic workshop. Get the basic training ground. Get another tavern. I don't care. Just build literally anything to make these people happy. Get them the heck off my back. How much stamina are we generating right now, by the way? 11.6. It's a pretty good amount. Pretty good amount. I'm going to move a fighter over here just because this is a large group on the way. We can always reposition over here in a second if we want to. I just need to deal with this fight quickly. There we go. Problem solved. Okay, one more pop, just waiting for a second. I'll get another healing hut, sure, and amazingly, yeah, we're just out of wood. I don't care, though. We're above 100%, so I'm literally waiting for, like, 5 more seconds. Never mind, hold on. Plant production, exploration cost. Nice, funny joke. Oh, man, that event that I love getting at the beginning of the game? Yeah, come at the very end. That's so nice of you. Anyway, and point is, impatience did not kick in. We got to 14 pops. Now we have to maintain... Why? Why now? Oh, now you have to have hospitals. Oh, we have to have a hospital and a brewery. Okay. I forgot about this. I think I actually experienced this as well when I first tried this scenario, and it was a harsh lesson. And it's like, oh, right, you have to have these things, or else you cannot maintain your morale. Right. Do another scavenge of stone. I think once we get ourselves the hospital and stuff built up, it should start ticking back up, so we'll be okay. But I forgot about that. I thought we were about to click the button. My arrogance has been my undoing, is what we've learned here. Look how fast we lost authority as the tyrant, by the way. Look how fast that went down to 27. God, playing as a tyrant is always a little bit on the scary side to me. Always a little bit on the scary side. Jeezums. All right, we're at 80% morale. Look, I will build anything else to just keep you people happy. All right, I've been a tyrant up to this point, but I'm a benevolent tyrant. I'm trying not to peeve you off. Don't execute me. No guillotine, please, and thank you. Done. Woof. Yeah, rough scenario. Rough scenario on Mega Brutal difficulty, 3 stars. So, lesson learned there. I forgot that you have to have the brewery and the hospital and stuff. Preemptively build those, because if you do, odds are once you click the 14th population, you just insta-win and you save a lot of authority. Also, we lost all of our food at one go. That happened very, very suddenly, and I was not paying attention. Don't make that mistake. But otherwise, Mega Brutal is very, very possible. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.